Speak Your Truth, fam. This is your girl, Yana Positive. Welcome back to another episode. If you're new to the program, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Share with those who need the encouragement, those who need the upliftment, those who need the motivation, and those who need elevation. Here at Speak Your Truth, we create an iris space, inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating. Yeah man, we're creating an iris space. So for this episode, I will read the rest of the comments. I didn't get through them all last time. Thank you again for your support. Because of your overwhelming support, we had to make it 2 episodes instead of 1. Big up on yourself, big up all the people who commented on this segment. And today we have some stories, your truth, and I'm eager to share them with you today. Yeah. Are you ready? Come on, ready? Are you ready? Alright, drum roll. Alright, so we have some stories. If you like to go to church, you can say testimonies. We have some right here in front of me. And I'm just gonna share them with you. I am Terene Wright. Hi Terene. They would say that in a support group. Oh, that's on. I grew up with my parents in the inner city community of Trenchtown until I was 5. Soon after, my parents split up and I moved to Portmore. But I was left to face the harsh reality of never seeing my parents together again. Unfortunately, this wasn't the worst of my troubles. I was bullied heavily in primary school. Luckily though, my bullying came to an end when I started Bridgeport High School. However, during my tenure at Bridgeport, I was seriously underperforming. The highest average I ever got at Bridgeport was in the 60s. I felt like this was my limit, that this was the best I could do. Because in my head, me never born for bright. So I never tried to work harder or pushed myself beyond my limits. Instead, I chose to sit around idly, wasting my time. Things started to come around for me when I transitioned to Bel Air. In order to turn things around for myself academically, I invested time in developing my personality by maintaining a positive outlook. You go, Terene. And taking my responsibilities seriously. Soon after, the work that I was putting in reflected in improved grades, where I got my first 75% average. This was only the tip of the iceberg, for I made the honor roll numerous times with averages of 80s, and I didn't stop there. In my final year, I earned 85% average, and I was announced as one of the 3 valedictorians from my graduating class. I also performed well in my external exams. I passed 8 C6 subjects, earning 6 grade 1 passes and 2 grade 2 passes. My path to success continued when I returned to Bel Air as a part of the 6th form program, where I took 8 CAPE subjects in 2 years with 4 grade 1 passes, 2 grade 2 and 2 grade 3. I assumed leadership roles such as head boy as well as president of the debating society. To close my high school chapter, I graduated with honors and was also the recipient of the Principal's Award. Now I'm in my 3rd year at Northern Caribbean University, where I serve as Associate Public Relations Officer for the United Student Movement. I was also recently honored as a top male academic performer sophomore in the Department of Communication Studies. And that was the end of Terrain's story. Boy, you see the thing about life, you see persons and you don't really know their struggle or know where them coming from, but he's coming from a far away and he's been blessed. He put in the work and he's been blessed. You know, sometimes we complain and we pull ourselves down and we say, oh, like he was telling himself that he wasn't born to bright, and now he's a scholar, he's an academia, and I'm so proud of him because he's doing so well. And that started from somebody who didn't have a lot, who had been through a lot, and who is now succeeding. And I give God praise for that because that's wonderful. So bless up Terrain. We know you're coming from far, and I can't wait to see how further you will go in life. Alright, so I have another truth. Are we ready? Alright. Overcoming performance anxiety in 2015 was one of Overcoming performance anxiety year 2015 was one of my most terrible year. It was a year I experienced depression to the point where I had suicidal thoughts. During this period, I was completing upper 6 exams, but due to the extreme stress I was going through, I began to have memory loss. I remember going to an exam and I could not remember anything for approximately 45 minutes. And I was traumatized from the incident. However, I mustered up the strength and finished my exam. I started having panic attacks. While bathing for the exam, I was just shaking. The same thing happened around every final exams. You can say I go to war in the shower before exam. Me, panic attacks and the Holy Spirit. After my first year, I decided that I'm going to the counseling center. Good. I pondered one night and say I must find the root to this issue. It starts from somewhere. God showed me where it started from, and it was in 2015 in that exam. What I experienced during my upper 6 series of exams gave me an extreme fear of failure that I had hidden. It impacted me more deeper than I thought. After finding the root of the problem, I pray to God that He may help me to deal with this issue and set me free from this performance anxiety. Guess what? I've been free for 2.5 years now. Many times we encounter things in our life and we don't know how it started. And trust me, it has its roots. When you have a root, you can war against it and seek to dig it from your life. God helped me overcome, and He can help you too. This is a wonderful story. I can relate to this entirely because I tell a lot of people that sixth form is harder than university, and that is because in sixth form it feels like you're working but you're not getting the results. Like it feels like you're pushing out 100 and getting back 50. That's what it feels like. And in university, once you work for it, you will get it. If you push out 100, you will get back even 95%. And so sixth form is hard. It's really hard, and I can definitely relate to the anxiety that he was feeling, because I felt that devastation when I was in sixth form as well. And what makes me love this story so much is because so many times we tackle the branches and not the roots. We tackle the consequences but not the root cause of the problem. And we end up falling short. We end up not having erased the problem from our lives because we're chopping off branches and they're growing back eventually with time, and the root is still there. So what I would say to you from this story, find the root of your problem and allow God to help you, to direct you into being free from this entanglement. Alright, thank you for that story, to that responder. Alright, moving on to the next story. Well, I would describe my journey as a journey of self-love and mental care. Because I can remember in an early part of high school, I came home, burst into tears after some girls called me ugly. It basically just hammered it home for me because I too saw myself in that light. I was always comparing myself with others, wanting to be their friends. I was lost in the world of identity, and my relationship with the Most High was very immature. I started to see myself differently and think of myself differently as well. I was plagued with negative thoughts and emotions that sunk me into a depressive mood, and anxiety and worry. I was mentally uneasy and needed a release. Let's just say I had a roller coaster ride, and through the ups and downs, I saw the view of hope peeking through the pain. It was simply that I could not inspire people through my story. It was simply that I could inspire people through my story of pain and triumph as I continue to encourage myself and give birth to God confident married motivation. Big up yourself, Marissa. You may have remembered Marissa from one of my episodes. She's a very potent speaker, and she's not afraid to speak her truth if it is that you will encourage even one person. We love you, Marissa, and I'm so happy you got the chance to really embrace the beauty of yourself, because I tell you, this girl is a beauty. She's very beautiful, both inside and out. And we're grateful that you got the chance to embrace that beauty and be able to inspire others from your journey. Alright, so we're moving on to the other responses. Alright, so I have this one. Was bullied all throughout high school and primary school, and allowed myself to feel I was less of a person because of it. I let myself become overpowered by the belief in what others said about me. And then I realized that the only way to find peace is to believe in what I know of myself. That's so powerful, that's so potent, because I would have shared before, I was bullied as well, and it was the belief that I am extraordinary. It was the belief in myself that allowed me to be freed from those chains. And it's really a peaceful, as this responder stated, it's really a peaceful feeling when you know and believe in yourself. Next response, I am a gift. I know I am a gift because of my natural compassion for others. I like serving people, and I'm a proponent for our leader, our servant leader. I'm a gift. I am compassionate, and that's a gift in itself. So big up to the person who write this, because you're a gift. Yes, you're special. You're special, and that there's no way around that, because having compassion in a world as cruel as this, that's like good. You're loved and you're special. Next comment say, I'm just a fan. Laji, guys, I have a fan. I have a fan, guys. I have a fan. I'm going big, I'm going large. I have a fan. Bless up to the person that wrote this. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for your continued encouragement. Have fun. Alright, so let's move on to the next segment for comments. So this one says, how serious do you think the issue of addiction is in Jamaica? Boy, I think it's extremely serious. It's extremely serious. I remember when I was living in Mandeville, I was living in a community where it was like an inner city community. It has a lot of substance abuse, addiction all around. And I had a neighbor who was addicted to drugs. And me tell you, they said this boy did right in my mind. And when he smoked, it was a madman walking. It was a madman walking. And it was so hard to see that transition from somebody who was sweet and humble to somebody who goes out of their mind because of drugs. And so often we think that addiction is just drugs, but you can be addicted to other things. You can be addicted to porn, you can be addicted to sex, you can be addicted to you can be addicted to so many other things more than drugs. And I think it's a serious issue in Jamaica that needs to be tackled, because our men are falling prey to it, or females, or women, they're falling prey to it, and it's something that needs to be addressed. It's something that needs to be done. I think I'll go make that a topic. Yeah, thank you. Alright, so next response is, I have learned a couple things. I like the program so much. Thank you. There's a physical and a spiritual upliftment. I remember the episode where we were taught to exercise, drink water, and take care of our body. I should do another episode like that. Maybe I'll go carry you guys to the river. What do you think? We learn spiritually to love ourselves, but to put God first. And that was my aim, that was my mission. So I'm so glad that it actually reached somebody. So thank you. I look forward to these episodes and also the growth that you're experiencing. And I look forward to that too. I admire the fact that you're openly healing. Keep on inspiring through your pain. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Our brother. Thank you. Alright, thank you for that comment. I will keep on inspiring. I tell you, it's not been an easy road, but I'm here. I'm holding down the fort because I know that persons need this. I know that it's not been easy for a lot of persons, and I know that this encouragement helps, and that's just the aim, to help encourage somebody. The next comment says, love the show, and I'm going to be praying and watching the channel grow. May I watch it grow too, day by day, strength by strength. Remember to like, share, and subscribe with your friends then, so it can grow. But thank you for the support, thank you for the love. I feel it in my heart, and I do pray and hope it grows as well. It is nice to be important, but much more important to be nice. Oh, that's a nice quote. That's a nice quote, because it's so many people around, they think that, oh, I'm important, and being important and reaching a certain level of success doesn't mean I need to be nice. But you do need to be nice, because it's very important that you treat others the way that you would want to be treated. Because those riches, that power could be taken from you, that importance could be taken from you any minute. It could be the destroy of your relationship, it could be a release of a photo or a video with you cussing someone or being not nice to somebody. It could be anything, and that could be taken from you, and what you would be left with is your manners. And if you not have none, that would not mess up. So I place in other, and I have a crush. I have a crush. One more crush. One more crush. Alright. I don't see a name, so that's fine. And the last comment says blessings. Blessings, family. Blessings, blessings. And I feel that's very appropriate for the last thing we have to say. Blessings. Bless your family. Bless you. Blessings. Just pure love and blessings. So that's it for another episode of Speak Your Truth the Untold. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for commenting. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Me feel the love. Me feel the love. Me feel the support. And thank you for the continued support. Thank you for the continued love. Just keep watching. I do hope I keep you inspired. I do hope I keep you motivated. And I hope I created an airy space for you. Inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating space. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. That's the only way this channel will grow. Think for yourself. Blessings, blessings.